everybody, welcome back to Florida Exotics Farm. Today we're going to, while we're out here, we're going to check these acuticeps. I've got my Florida State hat on backwards. They got beat badly Sunday night. I'll turn it around, maybe, or else I'll get a University of Florida hat. I'm very loyal to my team. Florida was our nemesis when I was going to school there. We couldn't beat them if we had to. Then when I finished, of course, Bobby Bowden showed up, and we turned everything around. It's the same way in high school. I went to Coral Gables High School, and we did good. But then Coach Cody showed up, and I think we dominated the high school football league forever. But there were 1,600 people in my graduating class. And every now and then I'll meet somebody and we'll say, you know, hey, how you doing? Where'd you live? Yeah. Find out they were in my graduating class. Had no idea. You couldn't know that many people. 3 shifts. Now this is Lichnochromis acuticeps. This thing gets huge. 10, 12 inches. And like I said, this is a big hap, and this is not blazing color for them. But see, they got the lips, the mouth. These are called Malawi Gar. Again, this is one of Tony's fish. He may have checked them last week, maybe he didn't. But we're standing out here, so I thought I'd do it. This got a bad dorsal. Doesn't matter. It's a breeder. Some of these breeders, unfortunately, when they finish, they're looking pretty tired. But we always are working on recycling, coming up with new breeders. This is he may have been in here, but these guys notoriously have. These are not full-grown breeders. Like I said, they'll get huge. In fact, I would say the smart thing to do would be to split this tank. Take 2 males. I got other males somewhere. 2 males and a bunch of these females. Put them in another tank. I do it for many reasons. One, because there's too many females in here. Number 2, you've had things happen, like anywhere, any place. And by happen, I mean these raccoons sometimes, they figure out how to shake that pipe loose down there. These pipes are hammered in now because they've done it. And what they'll do, they'll shake the pipe down, drain the tank. Fish will be sitting there in about 1 inch of water. And then they'll eat them. And they don't eat the whole fish. They eat the brain. That's it, they eat the brain. This is a fairly nice looking male. And they just take a chunk out of the head and they leave the rest of it. And unfortunately, we're surrounded here by big avocado groves, and if you go out there and look, there'll be avocados on the ground that have a bite mark out of them where the raccoons have. I'm going to split these guys, the old team. Raccoons will have pulled them down, and they just chew on them, and then they leave them. And they, you know, kind of damage the growth like that. But whenever they show up, we relocate them and have them relocated, and it seems like there'll be no raccoons for 6, 8 months, 10 months, a year, and then they'll be back. Now, the more densely populated this place gets, the less raccoons we're seeing. But back when there was a dirt road out in front of my place, and a dirt road on the side of the place, and Pine Woods Forest, which Andrew took out, they were everywhere. There was everything. There was just daily snakes we got to see. Really cool Florida toads, hawks. We still have hawks. There's one hawk we named George. It's a red shoulder, probably 20 years ago, and every time that hawk shows up, which is not the same fish, I mean same hawk, we still call it George. The George is back. It almost helps us signal the new season, because they come down here in the fall as they migrate. So do the hummingbirds. So there's no way it's the same George, but perhaps it's one of George's offspring. But anyway, these are normally I would bet that 2/3 of these females would be holding, but again, things are slowing down, and they're slowing down. But anyway, that's not bad. There's probably, who knows, a couple hundred babies, which is good. So anyway, here we're doing with these Malawi Gar. Hope you all enjoyed it. Subscribe, and if you like what you've seen, let us know. Thanks for being on the farm. See y'all later.